And news is coming in that Iran has now condemned sinking of ship in India's backyard. Iranian Foreign Minister Araqchi has said that Frigate Dena was guest of India. Foreign Minister Araqchi saying that frigate was struck without warning. US will bitterly regret attack on ship. Remember, this is for the first time in 80 years since World War II that warship was torpedoed and destroyed using, in fact, sunk using a submarine. That's why it is being said that these are unprecedented times. Frigate Dena was part of India's testing, which was happening here at an event which was inaugurated by the President of India. So Frigate Dena was here, was part of the Milan exercise which was being hosted by the Indian Navy, and the fourth time ever in history that a warship has been downed by a submarine. In 80 years since the Second World War, only 4 warships have been sunk by submarines. That's why now Iran, making its displeasure unknown, clearly saying that Iranian foreign minister is now communicating that Frigate Dena was actually stuck and destroyed in India's backyard. Pranay is joining me on the phone line now. Pranay, how should this be seen? India has not taken a side, India hasn't picked a side, but then Frigate Dena was in fact returning after an exercise in Vizag. So in many ways, Foreign Minister Araqchi is right that it was a guest of India. Pranay, if you heard me?
Repeat your question, please.
Pranay, if you heard me, my question is that for Foreign Minister of Iran to say that this happened in India's backyard and that it was the guest of India is something which is true, because Iranian ship was a part of the Milan exercise which was hosted by the Indian Navy.
Absolutely, Maria, and this happened in the sphere of influence for Indian Navy in the Indian Ocean region, and this has its own repercussions. But definitely, if you have noticed the words used by Sayyid Abbas Araqchi, Foreign Minister of Iran, he clearly said that the US will regret the precedence it has set, because this makes the US assets vulnerable as well. This is what I think he's trying to imply. However, if you see the comparisons between the naval capacities, the naval capabilities of United States and Iran, absolutely there is no comparison. But certainly in last few years, Iran has developed certain cruise missiles, the anti-ship cruise missiles, which has the underwater launch capabilities as well. So we do not know whether they will be using those cruise missiles or not. But definitely this has escalated this conflict to another dimension, and also to the area for this conflict has widened up now, because in last 24 hours it has almost reached our doorsteps in around the Indian Ocean region, from the Arabian Sea or Gulf from Oman or Gulf of Persia. Now it has widened up to the Indian Ocean region. And if you have heard U.S. Secretary of War Mark Hegseth, he clearly said, Maria, that we will hunt down every naval assets of Iran wherever they are, and if they think that they are safe in international waters, better they not be, because we are going to decimate and we are going to destroy the naval capabilities of Iran.
And Pranay, 2 Iranian warships have been destroyed, and this is certainly, as we have been saying, I mean, it's air and water. That's the kind of double area or double zone attack which has been launched by Israel, US jointly against Iran.
You're right, Maria, and the sinking of 2 Iranian ships, took place in last 24 hours, and US has claimed that in over 100 hours of its operation, the joint operation with the Israeli Defense Forces, they have sunk almost 20 ships of Iran, and in fact they have incapacitated, they have destroyed 1 submarine of Iran. However, Iran is maintaining a submarine fleet of around 20 submarines. We do not know that where those submarines are, but if you go by the words of U.S. Department of War, they are on a hunt, and in fact, they have strong anti-submarine warfare capabilities as well, and they have deployed the best of their assets in the region. So clearly, this is a message they are not only trying to send to Iran, but also to the Gulf nations, that what they are trying to do is to incapacitate or to destroy the naval capabilities of Iran, which has always been seen as a threat to the global commons or the shipping lanes of Strait of Hormuz, and that's why they are trying to justify this operation. And that's why, if you see the statement put out by the White House, clearly indicates that one of the 4 objectives of U.S. operation against Iran is to dismantle and to destroy the naval capabilities of Iran.
All right, Pranay, thank you for joining us. The war in West Asia is now spreading deeper into the ocean as United States forces intensify operations against Iran.